So
Sorry
the recording
that.
has started.
Yeah.
So the correct pronunciation is the Bicom Systems of the company name. So let's dive in. Let me first introduce myself briefly. I hold PMI and Scrum.org certifications that are listed here. I have 14 years of experience in software development and also implementation. Currently, I am holding the head of products position in Bicom Systems. Personally, I love hiking and traveling, although in the previous year and a half, there were not so many opportunities for travel, and I miss it a lot. So, Bicom System has been providing telecom software products through our channel partners since 2003. We are working on innovative open source telecommunication management products. This year, we have reached a list of top 20 companies in the world in the field of unified communications, and we are very proud of it. We have 6 own products that are established already in the market, and also we employ 160 employees worldwide. The largest population being here in Bosnia. Also, worth mentioning here is that Scrum is implemented across the whole organization. Nexus, however, is implemented on the products level as a Scrum of Scrums. In September 2004, our first product, PBXware, was launched, making us the first company to deliver an open turnkey telephony standard. It is a virtual telephony exchange based on VoIP technology. Serverware is the only virtualization platform optimized for telecommunications in the world. Blockcom is our communication tool that connects people around the world. Meeting as an extension of Blockcom enables not only voice, but video communication as well, and thus facilitates connecting people in online communications. Glockcom Go is a mobile application for Glockcom, with which we have enabled communication from mobile devices as well. So basically, it's a Glockcom in the pocket. And finally, CIPROT, our solution for platform for protection against various attacks on the platform that may happen. So, Nexus, what is it? As per the Nexus guide, a Nexus is a group of approximately 3 to 9 Scrum teams that work together to deliver a single product. It is a connection between people and things. A Nexus has a single product owner who manages a single product backlog from which the Scrum team work. The Nexus framework inherits the purpose and intent of the Scrum framework as documented in the Scrum guide. Each element of the framework serves a specific purpose that is essential to help teams and organizations scale the benefits of Scrum with multiple teams working together. In our case, we have, as I said, 6 products, and this integration point was really needed. The Nexus framework defines the accountabilities, events, and artifacts that bind and weave together the work of the Scrum teams in Nexus. Nexus builds upon Scrum's foundation, and its parts will be familiar to those who have used Scrum. So it's basically Scrum of Scrums or scaled Scrum. The Nexus framework helps teams solve common scaling challenges, like reducing cross-team dependencies, preserving team self-management, and transparency. Nexus helps also make these dependencies transparent so that they can be managed and resolved. These are often caused by mismatches that are related to the product structure and communication structure. Product structure basically being the degree to which different concerns are independently separated in the product, and will greatly affect the complexity of the integrated release. Communication structure is basically the way that people communicate with, in between the teams. So the goal is to reduce the feedback flow and communication process. So again, back to the Nexus guide, the images from the Nexus guide, the whole flow of the Nexus. And as you can see, it looks very similar and familiar, very similar to the Scrum flow as well, Scrum process. Nexus, again, extends Scrum's basically in accountabilities. The Nexus integration team ensures that the Nexus delivers a valuable, useful, integrated increment, at least once per sprint. The Nexus integration team consists of a product owner, Scrum masters, and the team members. And events that are shown in this picture are basically placed around Scrum events that are, as I said, look very familiar to you, but some are augmented. They serve both the overall effort of all Scrum teams in the Nexus, but also the individual teams as well. Nexus sprint goal is the objective for the sprint. And it basically the Scrum team's sprint goals are derived from the Nexus sprint goal. Artifacts, basically all Scrum teams use the same single product backlog, which basically integrates the whole Nexus product into one. The backlog exists basically to provide transparency during the sprint. The integrated increment represents the current sum of all integrated work completed by all product teams within Nexus. In Bicom Systems, apart from the Nexus daily in the morning, shown here, where only product-related people are present, we also have Nexus integration team daily in the afternoon, CET time, where we also include team members from sales and marketing to have their perspective in the Nexus product as well. Sales and marketing in Bicom Systems is mainly in Canada. So due to the time zone difference, we organize it in our afternoon hours for them to be able to participate in daily. The Nexus integration team is accountable for ensuring that a done increment, the combined work completed by a Nexus, is produced at least once a sprint. It provides the focus that makes possible the accountability of multiple Scrum teams to come together and also create value on the integrated level. While Scrum teams address integrations issues within the Nexus integration team provides a focal point of integration for the Nexus. It includes addressing technical and non-technical cross-functional team constraints that may impede the Nexus's ability to deliver. So basically all these cross-functional dependencies need to be resolved within the Nexus integration team. Of course, it should use the bottom-up intelligence, basically from individual Scrum teams to Nexus to achieve this resolution. It usually exists of a product owner, Scrum master, and Nexus integration team members. Again, as I already mentioned, in Bicom Systems, apart from the product teams in it, short for Nexus integration team, we also include sales and marketing colleagues, This proved actually to be very beneficial for us. Sales and marketing can actually take Nexus initiatives into account when planning their own sprints. Product teams, on the other hand, strengthen the focus on the customer and focus on their needs. Moving on to the Nexus events. Sorry, moved a bit too fast to the events. A sprint in Nexus is the same as in Scrum. So basically it has the same length and same duration, and overlaps or is the same sprint. The Scrum teams in a Nexus produce a single integrated increment. In our case, we work in 3-week sprints. In between these product sprints, we introduced RT sprints that last a week. This is something that is really specific to Bicom, our own invention, let's say. RT stands for always room to improve. So in this Bicom Agile or Bi-Agile week, we work on our personal development. We learn new things, research, prototype, etc. So basically, Bicomers have 12 weeks a year for self-development during these RT or Bi-Agile weeks, RT sprints. The purpose of Nexus sprint planning is to coordinate the activities of all Scrum teams within a Nexus for a single sprint. Appropriate representatives from each Scrum team and the product owner for Nexus meet to plan the sprint. Result of Nexus sprint planning should be or is Nexus sprint goal, then a sprint goal for each Scrum team, which is derived from the Nexus sprint goal, and of course a single Nexus sprint backlog. Finally, a sprint backlog for each Scrum team as a result of the sprint planning. Again, specific in the, or how we did it in the Bicom Systems. During sprint planning, sales and marketing is also included as equal participants in the NIT, in the Nexus integration team. Their portion of Nexus planning is related to product-related activities, which they can also take into account when doing their sprint planning. So sales and marketing sprint planning also takes into account matters that are planned within the Nexus. The purpose of Nexus Daily Scrum is to identify any integration issues and, of course, inspect the progress toward the Nexus sprint goal. As I have already said, in effect, we have 2 Nexus Daily Scrums. Nexus Daily in the morning, where product people are present and only product people. And physically, they are all in Bosnia, meaning all in one time zone. Also, in addition to that, we have NIT Daily, where NIT stands for Nexus Integration Team, which is in the CET afternoon to accommodate the colleagues in Canada. At the Nexus Daily, we share the integration issues that require immediate reaction. In NIT Daily, however, the broader integration issues are brought up and discussed. The Nexus Sprint Review, again, another Nexus event. It is held, of course, at the end of the sprint to provide feedback on the done integrated product increment for all of the products that Nexus has built over. And to determine the future adaptations. I should also mention that it replaces the Scrum team sprint reviews because the integrated Nexus product is basically presented and reviewed on these Nexus review meetings. In Bicom Systems, Nexus Sprint Review happens on the first day of the Bi-Agile week that I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. The focus is on the delivered value per product and integrated Nexus product as well. The features and epics delivered in the past sprint are presented, and of course the progress towards the product goal is discussed. The purpose of the Nexus Sprint Retrospective is to plan ways to increase quality and effectiveness across the whole Nexus. So you might see basically it is the it is quite familiar with the Scrum retrospective as well. Here we focus on the integrated product. In Bicom Systems, after some period of time, we inspected and decided to go with individual Scrum teams retrospectives first, and then do the joint Nexus retrospective with the integration items from the individual teams, but also Nexus as a whole. So we have both, from the psychological safety perspective, individual Scrum teams have their own retrospectives, which again, as per the Nexus guide, is definitely how it should be. But we only have one time slot for the integrated Nexus retrospective instead of the two, which is also shown in this picture. So after the inspection in Bicom Systems, we decided that the one integrated retrospective after the individual Scrum teams in retrospectives is more effective for us. Regarding Nexus artifacts, they go hand in hand with Scrum artifacts again. So basically it is all the familiar topic to all the Scrummers here. The commitment for the product backlog is the product goal, Nexus sprint backlog and its commitments, Nexus sprint goal. And the commitment for the integrated increment is the definition of done. Okay, so what we have learned and what we have gained from Nexus as Bicom Systems. So after 2 years, what we can say is that Nexus has integrated our product teams with the goal to build an integrated product increment, sprint by sprint. Our products are highly integrated in general and in their nature, and basically Nexus gave us the tools to focus and resolve the integration matters. Don't want to say issues because it's not always an issue. Those topics that might arise from the integration of our integrated product. A Bicom system specific is that apart from the product teams, in it we also integrated sales and marketing. That gave us also the commercial perspective and very much focus on of the product people on the commercial perspective. And in our case, it is a success story. We really like that one change that we did. In our case, Nexus is definitely a way to manage and resolve cross-team dependencies when building products and product as integrated as our product suite. Thank you all for your attention. And of course, thanks to the sponsors who made all this happen and possible. And of course, special thanks goes to my company, Bicom Systems, which is a platinum sponsor this year.